bookmark this, save it, do whatever you want. There's more chance of Burnley being top half next season than being bottom 3. I trust in our board, transfer recruitment and manager to adapt and do something similar to Fulham or Brentford next season. See you in May. We've got 4 points in 10. Fuck's sake! Where's my fucking glasses? So I don't know if you noticed, but Burnley aren't doing that good right now. You've noticed, haven't you? I had a plan for today to do a video about Lionel Messi. It was a 30-40 minute long video in which I just went all into about the entire history of Messi. But that has to be delayed because I doing that video. I don't want to edit that. I want to go to bed. I don't even know what the title is. Right now I've got the title as one thing. What is it? The title is Death. That's kind of where my mind state's at right now. I did a video a month ago saying that Burnley are in trouble, and at this stage, I did that video with the intent of jinxing it, because I typically jinx everything, saying that Chelsea are in trouble, suddenly they go on a decent run. They just lost to Brentford today, but more or less, you know, I usually jinx clubs. Didn't work. So for this video to explain what's happened to Burnley from, of course, if you cannot tell, from a Burnley fan's perspective. Not like I don't say that enough recently. I gotta change my shirt. Hala Madrid, Jude Bellingham and that, innit? Tell me down below your thoughts on Burnley in the comments before I begin. Help me just in general mentally. Special like, 3,000 likes, subscribe, and Xmas, 15% off Mazor Designs for the best football prints. Buy them for yourself, your nan, your dog. Cheer me up at this stage. 15%. Let's begin. Sorry, I couldn't actually wear that. Alright, let's begin. I've separated this into 5 different problems at Burnley. Number 1 being the most important, as the fact that we are killed off the game at its root in every single game, because we simply cannot pass out from the back, but we insist on passing out from the back because we have no other option than to pass out from the back. We don't have any tall players up top. We don't have really any physicality. We have no actual experience in this division other than a select few players. Hear me out here, right? And I'm gonna try to explain this in a way that makes sense, even if you don't know exactly who the players are, because you support other teams, you don't actually care. So the main issue is we had a way of playing last year. Now a lot of those players were indeed new players added to a new team because we were in a complete transitional phase, and some may say that we got promoted prematurely. I would refuse that idea because we had a lot of money spent compared to the rest of the division. So to say that we were premature is unrealistic because we spent about 15-20 million. Third or fourth most spent was maybe touching 3. So we spent more money in the division. We did better because we had a good team, and also we spent money in areas to replace with players that other teams simply wouldn't have the opportunity to do so. You know, spending 3.5 million on Anas Aruri and Manuel Benson, young, tricky wingers overseas, are great if they work, and they did. However, most teams in the Championship doesn't have that luxury to take that risk, and that's what we had the luxury of because, you know, we came from Premier League, we sold a lot of players, 80 million worth of players, Maxwell Cornet, Dwight McNeil, Nathan Collins, a lot of players that went out the door, Chris Wood the other year, Ben Mee, and we lost players, right? We had the money and we spent it wisely. Happy days, right? We had a way of playing last year, but we were allowed the time because we were in a much worse division. That's the plain, simple fact of the matter. Even last year, I was saying that this league is not good. The Championship is not a good league quality-wise. Quality-wise, it's really bad. So I always said that. You can watch my videos. I've always said this. However, I believe Vincent Kompany, as he knows the division well in the Premier League, he knows what to do to adapt. So I believed in him. And he spent 100 million, and I believed in that too. Until I got to a stage that we're thinking, Alderkiel never played in the league. Bayer never played in the league. Delcourt never played in the league. O'Shea had about a year in the league and got relegated. You know, Taylor is our left back now, but he didn't even play last year because he wasn't meant to play in the system. Why is he starting? Because we have no other choice because we didn't get a left back to begin with. And Roberts, is the only player that we can say has any experience in this league and can be considered maybe a Premier League player, but not right now. Our current goalkeeper played in League One last year, and despite I actually think he's a good shot stopper, he's massively vulnerable in a lot of areas that is very easy for a Premier League club to take advantage of, i.e. he's very weak, he's skinny as hell, so he's easy to just take out from set pieces, and also he cannot pass out from the back anywhere near as good as our current goalkeeper from last year, our Muric, who is still not being played. Simply too much has changed too fast. Two players that were starters in last year's team that won the league started against Brentford last week that we got dominated and battered 3-0. Should have been 6-1 or 6-0, who cares? Too much, too fast in the hardest league in the world with players that don't know the team, don't know the system, and don't know the league. It's a recipe for disaster, with a manager which I love, but has been naive in how he wants to take out this year, lacking a plan B that if we cannot pass that from the back, then we have no other plan. Going in on this factor because it simply makes the most sense. If you have a young team that's inexperienced, all together trying to gel together in the hardest league in the world, with a young manager who is also inexperienced himself, it's a recipe for disaster, especially when a team is trying to play attacking football at the same time. Now, we've got some good players, we really do. We got some glimpses of, some potential, some quality. Koleosho can be good in the future. Trafford can be good in the future. Odo Bates can be good in the future. Amdouni can be good in the future. Ramsey can be good in the future. Adekio can be good in the future, but they're not now. And we need them now. So where we're at, where we're at. I can't blame the players though, because it's not their fault that they aren't good enough yet. I can't blame them. I can't. Because the team was put together by the transfer recruitment, by the manager, and they have built as we can say right now, a imbalanced squad. I love this team to my core. I love this club to my core. I've never felt this way about a Burnley team. All the years of Sean Dyche, I've never felt this way. I've never felt like there is genuinely no hope in a season. It's in a Sean Dyche era, at least we thought that maybe we can scrape a 1-0. Maybe we can sit tight to the back and get a set piece goal. And no matter how bad it felt, how bad it got, at least there was always that. Then the next game, at least we can start from square one, 0-0, and then hopefully we can hope for the best that we were going to get a set piece. We've not got that. If anything, set pieces is our worst part of our game, attacking and defending. So I don't know what we can really do. We're not physical, can't defend, and we can't attack because we can't defend, because you can't get the ball to them in the first place. So I'm lost. I'm seeing a lot of people saying Vincent Kompany out. I'm seeing a lot of people now saying it, and I'm getting people having a go at me. Venomous responses saying, how dare you not think that he should be sacked? Look at what's happened. Which I think this showcases how fickle football fans really can be. And I get it, you're emotional. I don't blame you for being emotional. But Jesus Christ, man. Kompany out? You think getting Kompany out when the club is built on him in the last 18 months will make it better? Will make us better? The players, which the vast majority is here because of him, will get better without him. If you can give me a name of who should take his spot, give me one name that is realistic. I've heard people say Graham Potter. Are you high? He's going to a top 10 club. He's going to probably West Ham. Moyes won't be there for much longer. He'll go to West Ham. He'll go overseas. Ajax will have a job available soon. He could go Ajax. Why would he come to Burnley? If I can hear a name that I think is realistic that will come to Burnley, then feel free and give me that name. Until then, I think that you are mental. Kompany came to Burnley when we absolutely needed someone to save us. With Dyche gone, relegation, and the entire team gone, we had 8 outfield players left at the club. Actually, I think it was 7. Most left, some stayed. We needed a person so desperately. We got lucky. Someone took a chance. Kompany took a chance. He could have easily gone to Borussia Mönchengladbach. He could have easily gone to any Eredivisie club, a decent-sized club that would have took him. He came to us. He gave his word. He's that kind of man. And we got lucky. And right now, he needs us. Right now, Vincent Kompany needs us. And I back him. And I back him until the end comes. Whenever that end is, or if he fixes it. But no matter what, I will never call for his head. I will never call for, no matter how bad it gets. People may call it blind faith, but hear me out here. I don't want to go back to square one. Nothing is more terrifying in football than just being in the dark, in the grey zone, where you don't know what will happen next. If we lose Kompany, then we're going back to square one, with everything that we went through last year will be for nothing. And we have no guarantees that the next manager will be the same or will be anywhere near as good. Maybe you get the wrong players, maybe get the wrong coaching staff, because the coaching is all different too. All the coaches will leave. So what happens then? I don't mind losing. I don't. And I don't mind losing with a young team and with a team that I like. The main issue is we're not losing with respect right now. We're losing with a whimper. And we're going down with a whimper as it currently stands. Now, of course, that's awful, right? But I don't know what to do next, because I don't think that these players are good enough with a different manager or not. With Kompany or someone else. And that is to the failure of the manager and also to the board. Both of them together, as they are both as intertwined as each other. They made mistakes, many mistakes. It's an imbalanced team with no actual midfielder which is really that consistent or qualified for this division, and not enough at the back to really help us play. Because again, there's quality, but there's no point if you can't get the ball to them in good areas. There's simply no point. And we are in this cycle now that, look, this is a team, this is a hand that we've been dealt with, and we've got to deal with it. Hopefully make it work, and if not, at this stage, I would rather go down, learn from my mistakes, and rebuild again in the Championship. Because I think Vincent Kompany in the Championship would do great. Again, the Championship is a poor league. It is a poor league. Everyone knows it. And I think that with our team, some will go, but quite a few will stay, I think, as long as Kompany is here. And I think at this stage, I'm more than happy of just having a laugh in the Championship again. Seeing it with Leicester, seeing it with Southampton and Leeds, we'll go down and we'll be fine. We'll go up again and we'll become a Norwich. I'd rather have that than lose Kompany now. Get rid of everything that we've built for 18 months and then hope for the best that it would be the right choice. No, unless if you can give me a name that makes sense. But until that day comes, it won't happen. And it should not happen. Back your manager. Absolutely back your manager. So what do we do? What can Burnley do to save our season? And I've said it, but I don't think it'll work. Because unless we get Bayer and Ekdal back, our two, in my opinion, best centre-backs, nothing that we can do will make any difference. After spending 100 million quid and to say that we need a centre-back, maybe two, and we need a DM, we need a midfielder, we need a DM, we need a left-back. To say that we need all those players after spending what the money that we have is bad. That is bad. And that falls on the head of management and also the recruitment team. That I feel like we may have prioritised profits and value of young players if they did do well before putting in consideration how do they fit in the team right now. Because right now, 10 games in, I cannot tell you our best team. I think I know our best team, but I can't tell you that. I think I know our best team, but I don't know for sure. I have no idea what our best winger combination is. At this stage, it doesn't matter what our best attack is because we cannot get the ball to them in the first place. Amdouni, I think, is fantastic. If he played for Brighton, I think he'd be a fantastic play for Brighton. I think he'll score bags of goals. But he's not getting the time and space. We can't really sit back and counter because we have not got the defence to sit back at all. We don't have the midfield to either. We only have one actual DM, and that's Cullen, who is a ball playing one, and that's it. I could keep talking for the next half an hour, but I don't want to drive you mad and get bored. So I'll stop talking now. Burnley are driving me mad, and I've now hit a stage of it is what it is. We've got Everton in the cup. I don't care anymore, really. It's a cup. Don't care any less. If you win, great. If you lose, okay. Palace, I'll watch it, but I'm not going to care if we score. Because as we've shown, if we score a goal, it doesn't matter. Because if we concede a single, because we will make a mistake and we will concede instantly, and we're back to square one. At a stage, I don't care. I love this club. But right now, until they give me a reason to, I'm just going to be, it is what it is. I'll back them. It's my club. But it is what it is. I'll see you later, lads.